Would you like to try a sample of some purple tea? All right, so today we're going over some common issues that you might run into at your demos and how to solve them. All right, so your first issue is if product is low on the shelf. So you see right here, we are demoing Just Tea. It is a purple tea brand, and there are only 3 jars on the shelf. That is not enough to demo with. So this is a common issue. First step to deal with this issue, go and talk to the buyer, make sure they do not have any backstock. If they do have backstock, you get to be the superhero, grab that box of product, open it up, and stock the shelf and stock your table. If they do not have backstock, your next solution is to call your supervisor. So depending on how much product there is on the shelf, your supervisor may be able to clear you on the demo, or they might need to find another solution or cancel the demo. So product low on the shelf, check and see if they've got backstock, call your supervisor, and that's how you solve that issue. All right, so your second issue is if the store manager has you set up in a suboptimal spot. So right now, I'm in a spot where there's lots of foot traffic. Although we are in a back corner, all the foot traffic comes in from the front door and it funnels through here. So I'm gonna get a lot of foot traffic. But sometimes you'll get set up in a place where nobody walks. In this situation, you want to be the superhero, make the supervisor's job easier, go find a good spot that's out of the way. Typically, when they set you up in a bad spot, it's because they don't want you blocking foot traffic. They need foot traffic to get to the places where they're going to be purchasing products. So go find a place that's out of the way, doesn't block foot traffic throughout the store, but also has a nice flow of customers coming in and out of the store. Then what you do, go to that manager, tell them, hey, are you okay with me setting up in this spot? It's out of the way, it doesn't block foot traffic, but it'll also help me make more sales for you guys. So you be the superhero, find the spot, and suggest a better placement for your demo table. All right, so the next common problem is you show up at your demo and you might have forgot some equipment. This could be sample cups, it could be sample gloves, it could be a tablecloth, it could be a serving container for the beverage that you're serving, etc. So in these situations where you forgot some equipment, don't give up on the demo. There's usually a solution. Although we typically want to come in prepared, we don't want to come in unprepared because that's not professional. Sometimes you're going to forget something. It's just something that happens. So you can ask the store for help. A lot of times stores are going to have tablecloths. You can either buy a temporary one, ask your supervisor if they'll reimburse you, or see if the store has one. If you forgot a table, that's a big no-no, but it happens. Sometimes stores are gonna have tables that you can borrow. Food safe gloves. All grocery stores are gonna have food safe gloves. The meat department has to have them, the fish department has to have them, produce has to have them, bulk has to have them. Sometimes they'll leave boxes of gloves in the bulk section, so you can just go grab them and put them on. So they'll always have food safe gloves at the stores. You wanna bring your own, that's more professional. However, in the event that you don't bring food safe gloves, ask the store, they'll have them. Sample cups. These are pretty important. You wanna bring biodegradable paper cups. We don't wanna use plastic. In the event that you forget your sustainable cups, they typically are gonna have cups that you can buy in the store. Dixie cups are common, they're not very sustainable. They do have artificial ingredients as far as I'm concerned, but these paper cups, if you don't have them, go grab whatever cups they have in the store. Sometimes also the manager might have them. They might have their own sample cups. If they have a cafe, cafes are often gonna have little shot cups for espresso shots, so you can also ask them to borrow those. Always tell them that you will replace them though, because we wanna be professionals when we come in here. So if you forget your sample cups and you're borrowing from the store, let them know that you'll replace them. And then once again, get clearance from your supervisor to reimburse you for cups. So here we are at the meat counter. As you can see, they're well stocked with gloves. So if you didn't bring your gloves, ask the folks at the meat counter, they'll get you set up with some gloves. So yeah, if you forgot your cups, come to your cafe. Most stores are gonna have some prepared coffee and things like that. So you'll see they got cups, lids, napkins, spoons, forks, that kind of stuff. So if you forgot those items, try to remember to bring them, but in the event that you don't have them, come talk to your folks at the cafe or deli. Ask them if you can borrow some equipment for your demo. So moral of the story is, there are always gonna be problems when you're demoing. Don't give up, don't sound the alarm, don't run away. First, call your supervisor if you have an issue. They'll likely have a solution for you. And then second, talk to the staff in the store. They can probably help you out as well. Be a problem solver, be a superhero, rock at your demos. And shout out to Just Tea for sponsoring this video. Appreciate you guys, God bless.